What's going on, my fellow residents? It's me, TheFrozenCavern, and today we're going to continue through our journey through Over the Hedge. In the last episode, we went through the Smith heist escape, and in this episode, we're going to be going into the cave interiors, but of course, as always, gotta change our characters. So, let's roll. Yay! RJ is staying, and Hammy's going to be switching out. I need to remember which button to use at... Oh wait, I have to roll again. He's going to be switched to... Have to roll again. 4, which is Stella. Literally the worst character in the entire game. Yay, that's fun. It's whatever though. I think this is actually going to be the first time RJ and Stella are in the same level, so that's really good. That's good. We get all kinds of combinations.
Alright, brothers and sisters, I'm sure you're all familiar with the phrase, simple as taking a satellite dish from a bear's cave?
No.
Well, the time has come. Only instead of simple, it'll probably be extremely complicated and cost many lives. So, let's get started. We'll start in the caves at the bottom of the cliff.
No climbing. I like it already.
Glad you approve. Eventually, we'll come to an underground river. We follow this nice, swooping curve of scenic, high-resolution underground caverns right underneath Vincent the Bear's old den.
Hi. Quick question. He's not there, right? The hungry, angry bear who hates us?
Vern, please. Do you honestly think I'd recklessly endanger our lives with some harebrained scheme? I scouted it out just the other day. It was cold and cobwebby, desolate.
Which day was this again?
I told you, the other one. Now we'll come back about halfway up the mountain.
The bear we're not supposed to feed.
Vern, I scouted it. Or meant to. Whatever. Now, if I
Basically meaning you didn't.
From here, we just head up the mountain to the den, grab the satellite dish, then head back.
How exactly we planning on carting some big giant dish all the way down that mountain?
Worry. That's all you worrywarts do. Onward!
RJ's not making any plan that he makes seem like a good one. Throughout all of the plans that he has made, and this sounds like the worst possible one, every single plan has been so bad, or at least is being described as so bad because of how vaguely he is being.
Marco! Holo!
Maybe we ought to hold off on the fun with acoustics till we're sure this cave's actually bearless.
I'm telling you for the first time, if Vincent were here, wouldn't I be worried? You do the math.
That is fair, he would be the one who is the most worried, but at the same time, you said that you didn't check basically, so...
I scouted it, or meant to, whatever.
We don't really know what to trust anymore. Thank you, RJ, for not giving us any form of trust value in what you say. It's also really bad because, like, the movie was, like, it wasn't really all about building trust, but that, like, at the end of the movie, it built up so much trust between RJ and the whole gang, but, like, at the end of this game, it's like, why? Why do we listen to anything you say anymore? You're trying to get us all killed again. Alright, so that's a nice sneak attack there. Thank you, rat. Get over here. I'm actually going to spend my time... Unless I stand on top of you, I'm not going to be able to kill you. I also love how long it took his friends to try and help, but whatever. Gonna get these chips real quick, as well as his gun. Get the gun. There we go. And we have this little ring here, meaning that there's an item further in that we can get and bring back here. Don't exactly know where it is or remember what it was, but we'll find it at some point. It's really obvious what the items actually are, mainly because I'm pretty sure they actually like glow, showing that you're able to pick them up. But at the same time, we're also in a cave, so how much technology are you gonna find in a cave?
Grab the satellite dish.
Aside from the satellite dish that we're trying to get. And you know, now that I mentioned the satellite dish, I think that actually kind of defeats the point I was trying to make.
12 seconds later.
Okay, so that rat appeared out of nowhere. That's nice. It's weird. Rats are just suddenly... Okay, that gopher hit me. Rats are just suddenly appearing out of nowhere, and I don't like it very much. Alright, new area. And there's a lot of chips right here. I don't know why it zoomed in. I think something was supposed to show up there, but it kind of didn't. But whatever. But also as a side mission, we had to break a bunch of pillars, and 50 pillars. That's fun. There's so many rats here. Oh my goodness. Is this all 16 of them? I think that's 8. But even then, that's still a lot. Yeah, I'm going to just run back and I'm going to shoot. We're going to do this the cheap way. Although I say cheap, but at the same time, this doesn't exactly do much damage anymore. So that's fun. It's still better than having to just run up and do it. Actually, a decent amount of them died. That's actually really good. Give me all of those and all the extra health. Oh, and also a good number of them also respawn with the gun, so that's very, very helpful indeed. Although that's also really bad because if I'm at a big enough distance, then, you know, that's not going to work out too well for me. Give me that gun. I'll worry about the ones on the other side in a bit. Actually, no, let me worry about it now. Okay, so there's this guy here. And he's dead now. And then there's the other...
Killer dudes on our
Oh,
flank.
did I accidentally shoot the gun guy from the other side of the map? That works out. I guess I did. Okay. That's surprising. But now we have these armadillos, and oh goodness, they're kind of annoying because they roll around and you can't there's like a certain amount of time, like right now, when you're not able to do anything against them because they're, of course, in their protective shell, and they'll kind of just roll around like that, even if you hit them, so, you know, that's fun. You kind of just have to wait for them to get out of it. Oh goodness, this takes way longer than it should.
A few moments later.
I never even noticed this, but you can't even lock onto it. In fact, my projectiles seem to go right through it. That's nice. Okay, and we have to defeat 4 more of them. You can imagine how well this is going to go. Does this at least, like, stun them? No, it doesn't. That sucks. Yeah, so it's only the gophers that apparently are able to be stunned the way they are, and I don't know why they are like that, and not the armadillos. It would actually be really helpful if the armadillos were like that, considering that they have this stupid phase here where I can't hit them. Okay, that's 2. My goodness, this is taking forever. Thankfully, we've been dealing with them relatively consistently throughout the entirety of that, but my goodness, that takes way too long. Anyways, there's a little item that we can get, the TV, so we're just gonna pick it up. There we go. We're gonna pick that up, and we're also gonna get jumped by enemies, because of course. Why is it always gophers? That's weird. I guess they're the only enemies that can actually, like, hide when you... well, until you pick up an item, but even then, that is a little weird that it's always gophers that appear whenever you pick something up. And there's another... Why are there so many surprise rats everywhere? Wow, there's actually a lot of gophers here. Then again, this is like a really long way, so to have like very little resistance throughout it all doesn't exactly make too much sense. But there we go, we have the TV. Okay, here's all the gophers again. Alright, that should be all the enemies that are in our way. Now let's actually continue. Oh no, more armadillos, okay. Oh goodness, okay, I got stuck there for a little second. That was a little worrying, but we're good. I'm going to ignore all the armadillos. They took way too long to defeat. Other enemies, it's fine, but for the armadillos, no. They're the... oh goodness, they're actually the worst enemy in the game. They're actually like even worse than like the badgers. Like the badgers are bad for like a different reason. The badgers are bad because like they're really easy to defeat and they're really stupid for some reason. So they're just really easy to actually kill, but the armadillos just take too long. They have the stupid defensive measure, and it's just really bad all throughout. Unfortunately, my partner is always going to go and try to fight them until I like leave for a decent amount of time, but nothing you can do about simple AI design. It's also really good that the corridors are really tight. That way the gophers aren't really able to escape very easily, especially with the fact that my partner likes to hit them away from me before I'm able to actually do the attack, so that works out perfectly for me. Alright, another area, which also means more mandatory armadillos, unfortunately. More than likely, actually. Wait, where did he... okay, I guess he was hiding behind the pillars, but even then, that was weird. I keep pressing the wrong button for trying to switch this out. Let's spam all this so that I can grab the gun. I might not get it. Okay, I get it. Okay, I actually need to get this health. Please don't disappear. Okay, good. All the health does stay around for like a decent amount of time, so that's really good. And I actually could have just gotten that and not had to worry about it, but whatever. Ooh, there's a fire gun. Okay, I'm gonna use up all this, as usual, and now we have our fire gun. Now, the fire gun, it doesn't really do all that much, honestly, especially if I don't aim. I guess I actually have to aim with this one. That's bad. Maybe. Doesn't seem like I do. But, the fire gun, I think it does more damage. That's all I'm going to assume. Actually, I do have the, what is it? I have the actual game with me. So I'm able to check the manual and see what it actually does. Because from what I remember, it does tell you what the gun actually does. So I'll have to check later. But, for right now, I'm just going to assume that it does more damage. I could be completely wrong on that.
it just me, or is Vincent kinda looking peckish?
Yo, we're friends of Vincent. Why'd you go calling him for us? We're just short staffed.
Don't you think friends is kinda stretching it?
Wasn't he the one who wanted us to come by for dinner that one time?
I think you mean as dinner.
Yeah, so now we're fighting a bear. That's nice. And that's apparently a cub. I don't know how big bear cubs are specifically, but I know they're not this big. And I guess this is also really easy to defeat because hit stun. Just keep hitting them and we'll be fine. Yeah, they're basically the same as the badgers. Except that they just have a giant hitbox and they're... It's not even like they're stupid, we just didn't give them any time to actually do anything. Wow, the larger enemies in this game are actually really bad. Okay, apparently I can fall. Need to keep that in mind, and I'm not gonna fight over there anymore. There we go. Stella, you're looking a little low on health. Wow. But that's usually how the AI is.
Hello!
Hi yourself.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Heather's always getting in danger in this game. But in this specific battle, we have a little bit more of a mechanic, and it's with the falling bricks, or not bricks, rock. I'm being stupid. But the falling rocks, that can do damage to you, so don't stand underneath it. That's really it. I don't know why the game keeps setting up so many groups of like cookies or chips together, but whatever, it helps me out. I'm not gonna complain. Just running around getting all these collectibles and junk, so I don't have to worry about it later. And Stella got absolutely destroyed. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back over there and help her out. Can I fall off here? I have a feeling I can, so I'm gonna be a little bit careful about that, but hopefully I'm not able to. Besides, most of our fights shouldn't even be near there anyway, so we should be fine, but just gotta make sure. Huh, weird. The gophers actually count towards the counter there. So I guess rats also counts as like enemies and not just rats specifically. Like, it's interchangeable, I guess. Which, even then, is a little weird. Like, honestly, it's probably better, or probably would have been better to have, like, something that was a mix of the actual enemies. Like, it had a gopher head. Okay, there's a sudden bear. I don't even know where he came from, but, like, if there was a gopher head, a rat head, and a rabbit head, maybe, but there's not any rabbits here, I don't think. But even then, it would still be better than just having the rat head. That way, you wouldn't think that it's just rats. But, again, bears, super, super easy to defeat. It's very underwhelming considering how much of a, like, danger that they seem to pose at first, especially with how big they are. And then you can literally just hit stun them to death. Okay, next round. Freeze gun, give me that. I will take that off your hands, and we'll just use that here. There we go. We got our 50 pillars, so now we don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm just gonna run over here real quick so I can get the freeze gun that's being shot at from somewhere over there. You are. Give me that. Now, I'm assuming you actually can... Yeah, you can kill with it. Okay, good. Because I was wondering, like, do they just encase them, or does the actual shot actually do, like, damage? I know it does damage, but, like, can it actually be killed? Not can it be killed. Can you actually kill with it? Just gonna throw these at the TNT. Of course, they act like any other TNT, so don't just run up to them and hit it.
Sorry, I wasn't more help.
But now we have saved Heather from the rats. I'm gonna switch characters because RJ is better.
Take them out from a distance while I clear the ones up close. It'll be like shooting rats in a cave.
Quite literally. Anyways, so for this entire segment, we basically just have to do this and use our projectiles. That way we are able to take care of 22 enemies. Oh goodness. Of course there's more like areas to get rid of, but at the same time, my goodness, that's still a lot. Yeah, your AI partner is still... They still take way too long to do things, so you might end up taking care of enemies like way faster, but I'm getting shot at 10 times more than she is, and it's annoying, especially with the freeze gun. It would be nice if I didn't get aimed at. But whenever you're in this segment, just pay attention to the enemies, especially the freeze ones. They are way more annoying to deal with than the ping pong ones, at least with that. like they just hit you and that's over with. But with the freeze gun, they'll hit you, you're stuck there for a little bit, and your partner doesn't help you out to like break you free of the actual ice, because you can like break them out of that, but unfortunately your partner doesn't do that at all, so you're stuck in there for the entire duration, or until the enemy actually hits you, which sucks either way. But it's not that long of a segment.
Come on, we gotta find a way through the mountain. Hopefully practicing on those molehills all night is about to pay off.
You are probably tired then, RJ. Thank you for making this even more stressful than it already is. Don't get hit by any rocks and eat 60 chips. Oh goodness. This is about to be very, very stressful.
Something tells me this place ain't exactly safe.
Shh, we're right below Vincent's den. Just imagine, it's only a few feet above us.
Guess instead of worried about getting knocked by a bear, I should just be rejoicing over acquiring a satellite dish. Just like that skunk in that fable Hammy wrote.
Yeah, you said it. Satellite TV rules. I couldn't agree more.
I also like the conversations here make a lot more sense.
Is that what I think you wish it was?
Yeah, it looks that way. Open your mouth and get ready to run. I think it's about to start raining food.
Yes, it is about to start raining food. For some reason. Don't really know why, but it's raining. And, well, raining food. But, of course, we just have to run around and getting all the chips and junk. And make sure to go to both sides, because there's a little bit of collectibles on both. But, regardless, we need to be eating these chips. And at some point, rocks will start falling down. At some point, when we get enough chips. Does Stella not count towards getting chips? That's kind of dumb. That are, like, it seemed to be really specific for some reason for getting chips. I don't know why. Oh, and there's rats. That's nice. So I guess after a certain amount of time, you have to get rid of these rats so that you can continue on with getting more chips. Which honestly is a little bit annoying because that just drowns out the level, which, especially with the amount of enemies that you have to defeat. 10 rats? I mean, thank goodness it's rats, because they're like pretty easy to defeat. Especially since there's like an into the, into the room, so that you can just hit them over to the end and then, you know, just combo them to death. But even then, that's still just padding out the level, and I don't like that, honestly. It's also pretty difficult to get the chips sometimes, because they fall pretty fast, and there's not exactly any form of, like, advanced notice to where they're going to fall specifically. So, you kind of just get lucky whenever you get some of these chips, so, that's fun. And now we have more rats, and it's just these guys this time. Oh, there's one all the way over here. That's nice. Okay, there we go. Back to more chips. Surprisingly enough, I don't think I've gotten hit by any rocks, and I hope I don't, but it doesn't seem like it's that hard to avoid getting hit by any rocks here. It seems harder to get the chips than it is to get the rock. Well, yeah, get the rocks. It also seems like I have to be moving in order to get these chips instead of like standing directly underneath them, which is a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie, because these chips are super... The hit registration for the chips is really annoying. Like, I don't know how specifically they work. Like, you should just be able to go underneath them and it works out just fine, but sometimes it just isn't like that. Alright, and this should be the last segment to get chips. And this segment is actually going by pretty fast, considering how many chips we've gotten. Okay, so Stella does count for getting chips. She just hasn't gotten any. Oh no. Okay, that was a rock. Yeah, they don't give you much time for being able to find the rocks either. And a lot more are falling near me. Okay, we got them.
Normally, I'm not in a hurry to find an angry bear's den, but in this case, I think I'll make an exception.
Yeah, this little mini level in general is just a lot of padding. Not even gonna lie. Like, it doesn't really amount to anything. All it really is just extra points, and even then, it still doesn't do much. But it's mandatory, which kind of sucks, I'm not even gonna lie. My goodness, there's so many goals here. 4 primary goals and 2 secondary.
He's not there. He can't be there. It says so right here in the plan I meant to write.
And just to
You
clarify,
meant to write.
what you're saying is that Vincent can't be anywhere within 1,000 miles, right?
Yeah, he won't be back. I'm sure. That I almost think.
RJ,
Argue with that, because I wasn't listening.
that has to be the only way that people can accept anything that you do, RJ. They just have to not listen. That's really it. They're just not listening to you. Anyways, since we're almost out of time, let's head back to the woods. This is a very sad bunch of people here. But anyways, my goodness. Aside from everyone being an idiot here, we're going to be going into the mountain path so that we can work our way up to Vincent's den. But anyways, in the next episode, I just said that. I can't be repeating that. And unfortunately, there's nothing on our TV. So, you know, that's fun. And Heather and Ozzy are talking. I have this... Okay, they stopped. Anyways, I have that issue every time I try to do my outro. But anyways, again, next video, we're going to be going into the mountain den. But until the next video, take care.